In this video, we will be starting off with the easiest object to create. We're going to be creating a transformer. So you'll see on the left side of my screen here, I have a spec sheet for a SunGrow 6250 transformer, and I'm going to keep this up to the side so that we can reference it instead of having to click back and forth. So I'm going to open my catalog, and I'm going to expand out my transformers. You'll see I already have a SunGrow transformer, but it is a different sized one. We're going to start with the SunGrow transformer because it is best practice to start out with the most similar piece of equipment that you can find. If you don't have one, you can always start with the generic transformer because that will be in your catalog day one out of the box. To start out, we're going to click these three dots and we're going to select Add to Scene. Now, if you're zoomed out and you can't see what's been added to the scene, you can simply press F and it will focus in on what you have selected. So with our transformer selected, I'm going to open my object details. And this is where we're going to make our changes and then we will save them to the catalog. Scroll past the top parts here. These are all locked, as you'll notice. As things are adjusted down here, it will get adjusted up here. So I'm going to start off with the section called Commercial. This is where we're going to affect how things get organized in the catalog. So under Manufacturer, it's going to be SunGrow. And under Data Source, you see there's a URL. I can just replace that one with the URL for this new spec sheet that I'm using. Then under Model, I do have a model number here, but I could either copy this model number in or I could just leave it as SunGrow Transformer. Because if you go to our catalog and we look at the other SunGrow Transformer, it's currently the only one, but once there's multiple models, it will start to form subcategories. So if you want them to be separated out, you could put the model number in, or you could keep them both in the same subcategory. You can always differentiate by putting the model number in the name. It's going to depend on your workflow. If that's how you want to look at the catalog or not, that's really up to you. Under type, we've got station with central inverters, which we also have a skidded type situation here as well. So we will leave that. Okay, so once we've got our organizational stuff figured out, next we have costs. This is all locked. In order to adjust your cost, you click the Setup Costs button right here, and you can go down and you can adjust these if you know the costs. We will be getting more in depth on this on another video where I'll go over the cost report. So for now, we will leave it as it is, and we will head on to the next step. Width, height, and depth are available right here under General Data. Of course, it is given in millimeters and we need to put it in feet. So we'll have to do a little bit of converting. 1 minute while I do that. Okay, and I've got the dimensions entered in. Next, I have the input. So under inputs number, you'll see here that this transformer has 4. So I'll put that in. Then I'm going to put in the LV voltage, which is 1,500 volts. Next, we have the outputs, and for MV voltage, this transformer has 35 kilovolts, so I'll put 35,000 volts. Then for power, I'm going to put what our max power is, which in this case is 6,874. Okay, so once we have these properties set up the way that we want them, actually, I'm going to close out of this and expand out so we can see better. So once I have it set up the way I want it, I'm going to come over to the plus sign right here on the right-hand side. And at the bottom, I have this option to add selected item to the catalog as BIM asset. Once I click that, it automatically opens the catalog and shows me where it's going to be saving it. And you can look at it as a preview of what it's going to look like in the catalog. So if something doesn't quite look right, you can go back, make your adjustments. Our model number ended up being the name. So if I wanted to change that, I could remove that model number. Then I'll save again and we'll see the difference here. Once everything looks good, you come up to these 3 lines and you hit save. And now we can open back up our catalog. See that our new transformer is now right there. In the next video, we're going to get into some other more complicated objects that we can create.